How has a parent dressed their child that made you say you've got to be kidding me? My brother Jake was the worst. When we were kids, he would steal my stuff all the time and never got in trouble for it. One Tuesday morning, I woke up to find my favorite purple hoodie missing from my room. I looked everywhere until I found it in the kitchen, soaking wet and covered in soap suds on the floor. Jake was standing there with a huge grin on his face, holding the mop. "Oops," he said, not looking sorry at all. "Looks like your girly hoodie makes a pretty good floor cleaner." I was so mad I could barely speak. That hoodie was my favorite thing. It had this cool dragon design on the front and was super soft inside. I'd saved up my allowance for 3 months to buy it. Mom walked in right then and saw the mess. "Jake, what did you do?" "It's just a stupid hoodie," he said, shrugging. "It's girl stuff anyway. Who cares?" Mom looked at the hoodie, then at me trying not to cry, then back at Jake. "Apologize to your sister right now." Jake rolled his eyes and gave this fake little sorry that sounded more like he was making fun of me. "Whatever. Sorry your girly stuff got dirty." That's when Mom got this look on her face, the kind of look that meant trouble. The next morning, Mom woke Jake up early and handed him a bag. "Put this on. You're wearing it to school today." Jake opened the bag and his face went white. Inside were pink sparkly leggings, a bright purple unicorn t-shirt with rainbow writing, glittery boots that looked like they came from a fairy tale, and a big shiny hair clip shaped like a butterfly. "You're kidding me, right?" Jake said, his voice cracking a little. "Nope," Mom said calmly. "If girl clothes are so stupid and worthless, then wearing them shouldn't bother you at all." Jake started arguing, saying he'd be late for school, that kids would laugh at him, that it wasn't fair. Mom just sat there waiting with her arms crossed. "But Mom, I can't wear this to school," he whined. "You can, and you will. Or you can stay home and explain to your father why you think it's okay to destroy other people's belongings." Jake knew Dad would be way worse than wearing the outfit, so he put it on. The leggings were too small and kept riding up. The unicorn shirt was tight and sparkly. The boots made this clicking sound when he walked, and the hair clip kept falling out because his hair was too short. I wanted to laugh, but honestly I felt kind of bad for him. He looked miserable. Mom even wrote a note to his teacher explaining that Jake wasn't being punished for wearing girls' clothes, but for being mean and calling them stupid. She said the teacher needed to understand it was about respect, not gender. When we got to school, Jake tried to hide behind me as we walked to his classroom. His face was bright red, and he kept pulling at the shirt trying to make it longer. At first, some of the boys in his class started snickering when they saw him. Jake looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. Then this girl named Rachel stood up and said, "I think those boots are really pretty. Where did you get them?" The laughing kind of stopped after that. A few other girls said they liked the unicorn shirt. Jake spent the whole day walking weird because of the leggings and looking super uncomfortable, but nobody was mean to him. When he got home, he was quiet during dinner. Usually he'd be complaining or making jokes, but he just ate his food and didn't say much. Later that night, I found him in my room. He was sitting on my bed holding my now clean hoodie. "I'm sorry," he said, and this time he actually meant it. "I didn't think about how much you liked it. I was just being stupid." I took the hoodie from him. It smelled like fabric softener and was perfectly clean. "Thanks," I said. "And I'm sorry for calling it girl stuff," he added quietly. "That was dumb." The next weekend, I was walking past his room and heard voices. I peeked in and saw Jake sitting on the floor reading one of my old picture books to my stuffed animals. He had them all lined up like they were listening to a story. When he saw me watching, he got embarrassed. "They looked lonely," he said, which was totally Jake's way of not admitting he was actually having fun. "Which book are you reading?" I asked. "The one about the princess who saves the kingdom," he said. "It's actually pretty cool." From that day on, Jake never called anything girl stuff again.